I was the first to defend E3 when E3 started to go south. I enjoyed my time there. I was very happy to go twice, but I could feel the writing was on the wall last year. And even though the board is using COVID as an excuse not to hold E3, which, by the way, a very, very good reason, the reality is E3 just lost its identity. And that was something that I was very afraid of. They didn't know if they wanted to be a consumer show or more of a press show, or somehow they started dabbling in different types of streamers and influencers, if you will. It seemed to lost its way. And when it was canceled, I think a lot of people were like, good riddance. But ultimately, that does impact my favorite time of the year, everything revolving around E3 in terms of just new game releases, announcements, hands-on time, demos, sales, etc. Geoff Keighley, I think, was one of the first people to come out and say he was not comfortable with the direction that E3 was going, and he basically decided he was going to stop participating. And we kind of expected it to turn into what ultimately evolved into what is now known as the Steam Game Festival. And Geoff Keighley was very adamant early on, saying that he felt we should cut out the middleman, even though he is the middleman. But I get you, Jeff. Cut out the middleman. We need to get the developers engaging directly with the fans. We need to do so by having demos and on-screen, like not really a one-on-one interaction. That would be impossible. But really more directly to the consumer developers and, those kind of announcements that typically would be given to a room full of press people who would then turn around and regurgitate it for us, all these behind closed door things, which, by the way, I freaking hate. So he came up with his brainchild, and it's called the Steam Game Festival. I think this is an awesome idea. This is the summer edition, which implies this may slowly morph into what used to be the phenomenal Steam Winter Sale. We will have to wait and see. But Geoff Keighley is promoting this. He's definitely involved in this. It's going to run during what was a normal E3 period, June 9th through June 14th, 2020. It says, celebrating amazing upcoming games through demos and live developer events. The Steam Game Festival is an event that shines a spotlight on games set to be released within the next year. From June 9th through June 14th, check out upcoming releases, try them out with time-related demos or short player experiences, connect with the developers behind the games, and add games to your wish list for a reminder when they release. And then you can go ahead and, if you're a developer, you could sign up. And if you are a fan, you can set a reminder to get involved. I think this is really, really cool. I'm really happy. I applaud what Geoff Keighley is doing. He is definitely taking charge in really a tumultuous time when it comes to game releases. I think back to the work that he did with the Video Game Awards, something that I am very, very proud of as a gamer. I think that show is put on every year, and it gets better and better. It's definitely a celebration of gaming. He's incorporated live music, special announcements, like that amazing drop of the Xbox Series X, which came out of nowhere. All the awards to celebrate both big games and smaller games, and a lot of just little vignettes and things that really just make it a show that gamers can be proud of. So I'm definitely pro Geoff Keighley. I know he was the Dorito Pope, but let's face it, that was a long, long time ago, and he probably regrets the hell out of that. However, he has really taken it to, upon himself to really kind of push the industry. And I think he has those industry contacts and the passion to pull something like this off. So while a lot of studios are backing out of their big E3 announcements for this year, Microsoft has basically said, we're not going to be doing a live show. We may do some tape stuff later. Sony has been very adamant. They are not participating in E3 this year. Nintendo has gone to more of a direct format, which I love because it's a constant drip feed of new information, like that shadow drop a couple weeks ago of the Nintendo Direct Mini, which came out of nowhere, which was phenomenal, by the way. You're basically seeing all these companies trying to figure out what they want to be. And I like that Geoff Keighley is still trying to wrap his hands around the industry holistically. Albeit right now, I will admit he's focusing primarily on PC gaming, and that's probably the best place to start because PC gaming is really synonymous with Steam. Yes, there are other launchers, too many to name them all, honestly. But Steam is really kind of the hub for PC gaming, and there are way more PC gamers than anyone else. We're definitely the silent majority when it comes to gaming here. You definitely hear the console wars. I talk a lot about them, Xbox versus Sony, but the reality is, not PlayStation, not Xbox, PC gaming is definitely the most popular, and I would argue the most accessible, particularly because of what Steam has been able to pull off over the last 20 or so years. That said, I think it's a great partnership. I expect to see this expand to other developers as time goes on, but I applaud Geoff for kind of putting his name out there and getting this started early. So what can we expect? What is the Steam Game Festival going to be? Well, I suspect you're going to probably have a lot of pre-recorded videos with announcements. Hey, we're the developers of this game. It's coming out next year. It's in early access, or we're still in a beta type format. We want you to try our game this week, and we will accept feedback. Maybe we'll do a Reddit AMA. Maybe we'll do a Twitch live stream where we'll play a level with you guys and we'll interact with you through chat. That sort of thing. But it seems to me that that is the conduit in which we're going to talk to developers. Now, as a person who has bought many early access games, I love this idea. And I have seen through fans, through people like me who are passionate about games, whether it be GTFO or Satisfactory, games that we have, I shouldn't say we, me, the Jim, has invested a lot of time in playing. The developers listen to us. They really do. And when the community kind of comes to a consensus on it, hey, wouldn't this be cool if? They react and they do it. And that is such a powerful experience for a gamer. It not only solidifies your loyalty in a brand, because let's face it, you're not going to ever convince me that Satisfactory is not a fun game. As a matter of fact, when they finally decide to open their merchandise store, I'm going to buy everything because I'm a fan. But my point is, you build those passionate fan bases early on, and then as these new releases come out, as these new developments, these upgrades come out, you have a built-in fan base of people who are very passionate. That's something that Blizzard has lost sight of along the way. But you really look back at what StarCraft 1 was and how it evolved into StarCraft 2 and all the Warcrafts into World of Warcraft. They do listen to fans. And people who play a lot of the games, who are posting on the official forums, who are tweeting at them, who are contacting them via Reddit or Facebook or MySpace, whatever the hell the new hot social media thing is, the truth is they do listen. And I feel like this is a conduit for that to be hyper-focused. So if a new game is announced and it goes live on Steam, you can download it. Steam doesn't really break. It's very, very infrequent that Steam actually shuts down due to just sheer amount of server load. So I think this is a great place. Their network's going to be able to support it. If they embed videos or streams in here where you can play along with developers or find out news and then immediately click it, add it to your wish list, gift it to a friend, it really does make a lot of sense. And I'm really, really happy that Geoff has kind of cultivated this idea. Now, I am really curious as to what sort of announcements we're going to get. I would suspect the big first-party companies, the big, like the Bethesdas, the Ubisofts, big companies like that, Electronic Arts, if they had any major announcement, I suspect they're going to do it on their own dime. That's what made Electronic Arts break away from E3 proper with EA Play such a monumental thing, because they basically took the message and they were able to solidify it and just hyper-focus fans really on that announcement and take away all the other distractions. So I'm not particularly sure if Electronic Arts has a hot new game coming out there this year. They might just want to do their own direct thing. However, now that Geoff Keighley has kind of, the die has been cast, look, we have this thing, it's a partnership with Steam, you're going to get a lot of immediate feedback, you're going to maybe be able to do a discount, people are going to impulse buy, hey, buy the game today, get 5% off. I can tell you as a veteran of the Steam Winter Sale and Broketober for be 38 this year, for as many years as I've had a computer and done this kind of stuff, That actually does happen. People do impulse buy if there's discounts. If your friend's playing, you're going to download the game because you want to play with your buddies, see what the hot new thing is. So I'm really, really happy for this. I will definitely be covering this when it comes out. Hopefully not from my home. I mean, I will be home, but hopefully I'll be back to work by then. Hopefully the world turns itself around. But if not, that's okay. We'll be here together and we'll look at this together. And I'm really, really excited. So this is the Steam Game Festival. There's a link in the description below that'll take you to the Steam store. Go ahead and register to be set for reminders. I don't know if they're going to do any other announcements leading up to this, but I think it's something cool, and it's definitely something that, as a gamer, I think we should all applaud. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.